Abusia for me sounds so movie and Kwabashon Kopa, Sabay Odeneho TV studio. Miss Ross over subscribe to our YouTube channel, Odeneho TV, or by like your comment or your comment section, or use or by click on the notification button for more news updates. Debra Dano, Adina Chin say, and that is in summer, Elcoso, or my gun and Martin and the day, Mede Brontene. Members of myself, Brandon Wadaj, and a coming one at the same putting Sema, Elcoso, or my gun and Marcy, and Marcy, answer Nano. Miss also subscribe to our YouTube channel, Odeneho TV. Over like you, over comment or your comment section. We as well. Or back click on the notification button for more news updates. Yeah, channel when you could see Marcy's here. That's
nkɔfo bi lose interest wɔyɛ ɔno Alan ne mu ɛno nti na Alan osusu sɛ ɔwɔ so wɔtwe ne ho na nea ɛbɛkɔ bi anyɛ dɛ ɛnkɔ atifo mu mekunkutie po adomɔkyere ɛdɛ ɔde saa nsɛm yi ɛto dwa.
Viewers, this is getting interesting. So Alan Chematin and Kwabene Japan participated in the same process. Alan Chematin did better than Kwabene Japan. He did got more votes than Kwabene Japan. I've already put on record tonight that Kennedy Japan is the reason why this is happening. Kennedy came in from nowhere and took the second position from Alan. He actually took it from Alan. He didn't take it from Bawumia. He didn't take it from Kwabene Japan. He took the second position from Alan because all the analysis was Bawumia first, Alan second, Alan first, Bawumia second, Bawumia first, Alan second, Alan first, Bawumia second, second, first, second, and then boom, somebody takes the second position. That is the problem. I think that the Alan people have not overcome that shock of somebody and a complete outsider, Kennedy Japan, coming in. We all knew that the top five will be Bawumia or Alan, 1. Alan or Bawumia, 2. Kennedy Japan, 3. For us, it was also Ifeakoto, 4. And we're arguing who's going to be the 5. But then comes the day and the Alan Bawumia has now turned to Kennedy Japan. And I think that's the problem. So Kennedy Japan went through the same process, the same electoral process, former general secretary of the party. Not many people have, if you like, been negatively affected in the MPP than Kwabene Japan. Not many people. And anybody who hears me saying this will agree with me. I mean, Kwabena is my personal mentor and friend, I should say, and I know him very well. Not many people have suffered the way Kwabene Japan has suffered in MPP recently. Whether it's genuine or not, he has gone through quite a bit. Here's a man who won the general secretary elections on clutches. He had an accident in campaigning. He defeated no less a person than Sir John as general secretary of the party. He got suspended from the general secretaryship. He had fights, running battles with people in the party, back and forth. Eventually in 2020, Akufo-Addo called upon him to come into the campaign. He did. Kwabena continued his running battles. He tried to run for president now. He didn't get any votes. And this is what he says: I am an eternal Democrat, and I believe in majority rule. When the majority decides, the majority decides. I am disappointed I couldn't make the cut, but I accept the results. The party, the delegates have decided. As someone who believes in the majority rule, that is it. You have to respect the decision of the majority. That's his reaction to his defeat. Alan Chematin's reaction is very different. But Alan Chematin's reaction mimics Alan Chematin's reaction of 2007. And that's why we have a song for him that Alan Chematin, J. Kofo, and Ado Dankwa, Mayebiko, Duba Omiaso. That's why we put that song together. Okay, let me take Kwabene Japan off and now get, he continues and says, I don't believe in looking for excuses because at the end of the day, everybody went and voted for the person they favored. Nobody held anybody's stamp. Whether they were influenced or were given money is neither here nor there. I don't like that. When we have an election, we should accept the results and move on. Fantastic. I asked my producers to also get me what Dr. Dufo said when he was exiting the NDC race. We all remember that. And it was very similar. And that is why the NDC has today appointed Dr. Dufour's son to be part of the Ashanti Regional Coordinating Situation. When the NDC went to Assin, Dr. Dufour was Johnson Asiedu Nkatia, the chairman. And they were working together because Dr. Dufour didn't participate in the race. He was unhappy with a lot of things. But in the end, the kind of statement he put out was very similar to what Kwabene Japan has done. Kwabena says, I don't believe in looking for excuses. You've been defeated in an election. There's no election that's 100%. There's no election that's 100%. There'll be here, there'll be there, there'll be this, there'll be that. Do you think in 2007 in December, Akufo-Addo didn't have anything to say about the process of the election that occurred there at Legon? Do you think Akufo-Addo didn't have anything to say about the national security dominance, the chief of staff, Kojom Pienim, marauding all over the place, insisting that people should vote for Alan. DCs were getting suspended by the administration because they were thought to be Akufo-Addo people. Peter Ala Ajete, the old man, Peter Ajete, former Speaker of Parliament, the old man, I saw him on the grounds. Ajete sat there from up to about 3 a.m. And I was chatting with some of the people and they said, go and ask Peter Ajete whether he wants water. I crawled to his seat and I said, Mr. Speaker, do you want water? He said, oh, no, I'm fine. What is the time? I said, it's about 3:20 a.m. He said, but so wait, all of you journalists have remained here? I said, oh, yes, we have. He said, well, I want to see the counting before I go. Peter Ajete was there. At that time, Peter Ajete has been made pariah because he was an Akufo-Addo supporter. Peter Ajete was not even given a second term as a speaker because he was an Akufo-Addo supporter. Everybody knew that. Akufo-Addo didn't complain about it. He went into the ground, dug deep, and won the election. Alan Kyerematen was the establishment candidate. Nothing happened. Kwabena Agyapong has suffered in the hands of the MPP. I don't think Alan Kyerematen has suffered more than Kwabena Agyapong. No. Kwabena Agyapong has been suspended as a general secretary of the party. And then he's called back to come and assist campaign in 2020. He puts his hand behind him. He says, yes, sir, I shall support your campaign. He stands on the platform and he says, Akufo-Addo has done well, vote for him. The same people around Akufo-Addo who had occasioned, as far as he's concerned, his dismissal from his removal as general secretary, he went to stand on the campaign to campaign for Akufo-Addo again. He comes into the race, he's badly defeated. Yes, there may have been irregularities. It's very, very unfortunate that the Alan Kyerematen's guy in Northeast had his eye. I think the MPP should pay for the cost of the repair of the eye. I think the MPP should offer, if John Kodia is listening to me, General Secretary, I think you guys should pay for that. I don't know what they are doing. I know they are investigating it. I don't know the details. But the MPP should pay for it. It's very, very unfortunate, and it is bizarre. Is that a reason why the candidates for which this guy was working will say, I've stepped out? Kennedy Agyapong, in the famous showdown, you saw him on the phone. He said, I'm going to give them a showdown. Has he put out statements like that? Kwame Owusu, who is reported by Buntumi to have given the information, says he didn't give the information. Kennedy Agyapong has been invited by the party's disciplinary committee. They're going to have a conversation about it. Boakye Agyakong, fortunately, comes in brackets with Odeneho. The National Council meets and says, okay, we are going this way. Boakye says, I'm not interested. I'm out. He didn't say anything ill about the party. Kwame Agyapong says he doesn't like those things where you say people were influenced. Nobody held anybody's stamp to vote. People were influenced by money. People were influenced by a narrative. People were influenced by voices. People were influenced by music. Some people go and vote for people because of music. When Barack Obama was campaigning the other day, there was Kanye West. Did I say Barack Obama? When Donald Trump was campaigning, there was Kanye West. When Barack Obama was campaigning, there was Beyonce and Jay-Z. Some people voted for Barack Obama because Beyonce and Jay-Z supported Barack Obama. There are various reasons why people go and vote. Money is one of them. Is it illegitimate? You answer the question. Some go and vote because of music. Some go and vote because of religion. Some vote because of all sorts of things. That's the point Kwabena Agyapong is making. That at the end of the day, nobody held anybody's stamp to vote for anybody. If he was influenced by money, you could have influenced him by money too. You could have influenced him by a narrative. People have spent a lot of money and has lost the election. Sir John, remember him? He said, fear delegates. Why? Because he paid delegates and he believed they were going to vote for him. But the delegates on that occasion chose the narrative. He chose the music. He chose the look of the candidate. I like him because he's handsome. I like Alan Kyerematen because he's handsome. I'm voting for him. You can give me money, I'll still vote for Alan. You can give me a narrative, I'll vote for Alan. I may take Bawumia's money, but if Alan's narrative is strong, I'll vote for Alan. That's the point Kwabena Agyapong is making, that whatever is the reason for an adult to cast his ballot, he cast his ballot on his own. He made that decision on his own. Whatever influenced him is not illegitimate. He decided that this should influence me. That's the point Kwabena is making. He says, I don't believe in looking for excuses, because at the end of the day, everybody went and voted for the person they favored. Nobody held anybody's thumb. Whether they were influenced or were given money is neither here nor there. I don't like that. When we have an election, we should accept the results and move on. Well, not everybody accepts the results. Tonight, Alan Kyerematen is telling us that he doesn't accept the results and he's not moving on the way Kwabena Agyapong is advocating. let's do a bit more of historical analysis. We're going to look at the BJ Darocha, but before then, perhaps let's look at the results. If you can put the results up so that we can build it from 2007, because we're doing almost like a discussion on the Alan Kyerematen matter. Later tonight, John Dramani Mahama is asking the judiciary to equalize and asking NDC lawyers to accept positions as judges. We will deal with that. And then, the Office of the Special Prosecutor is being up to some bizarre matters. We will come to that. And the question we'll be asking tonight, Office of the Special Prosecutor, where does he work from? Where is his office? Is it in China? Is it in London? Is it in South Africa? Does he take Ghanaian police to be with him in South Africa to do his work? We'll be asking all of those questions tonight. But here is the results. Okay, so we're going to roll. I hope it rolls, continues. Okay, yes. So we're going to deal with the progress of Alan Kyerematen in all of these results. And Kwa, get ready.